Hi guys, so today I'm just going to do what I think will be a quick video on just making chocolate covered pretzels. I've made videos on these in the past, on my old channel. I think I've made some on this channel. The other day I was watching a thing on QVC, whatever, I just changed the channel, QVC was on, and they were selling some chocolate covered pretzels, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get some, you know, because I don't mind ordering things online or from food type things from them. And they were like 40 bucks for I think 20 some odd of them. And I was like, that's ridiculous because if, you know, okay, maybe if they were 20 bucks, like $1 a piece, I might buy them. But I was just like, no. So I'm going to make a video real quick on how to just make some. They'd probably be a little bit Halloween themed just because we're coming into Halloween. But I like to use the old time pretzels, like this kind, the Bavarian pretzels as they call them sometimes. Again, it's like $2 or $3 for a bag if they're on sale, sometimes even cheaper. So it's these guys or the sticks. If I was using sticks, I would do the exact same thing that we're going to do right now, but I would put it in the melting chocolate in a taller like cup. That way you're not wasting a lot of it. It's going to be thin and you can dip your pretzel in there, the sticks type pretzels. And then basically that's all you need. You need the pretzels, and then you need some chocolate covering. Wilton Candy Melts works, but you need a lot of them for that. So I like getting this stuff. This stuff is like $2.53 at Walmart. Plymouth Pantry, make your own almond bark chocolate flavored coating. So it's not obviously actual chocolate, it's chocolate flavored coating. And then I sometimes accent it with the white kind. So this is the white one. I think they just call it almond bark too. It's just the white. So I might use that today, I might not. I was gonna stick to just the chocolate coating. So that's all you need. I don't really put them on a cookie sheet, and I usually just put them right on there, but sometimes they stick really badly, so then you end up ripping the bottom of your chocolate off. So I'm probably going to cover my cookie sheet with a little bit of wax paper or parchment paper. Wax paper is obviously cheaper. You can find it at the Dollar Tree. They even have parchment paper at the Dollar Tree. Just to put it on here to help me with that. So what I'm going to do is really get the chocolate off of them before I put them on here so they're not just dripping in chocolate. At least I'll try to. And then any toppings you want. So I have some leftover, these aren't even Halloween, these are like a unicorn style from maybe some Pillsbury or some kind of cake that we have left over, these guys, but I have tons of sprinkles. I might even add some caramel to some of them, and this is some fancy caramels that I have. You don't have to use this. You can use like Werther's or anything like that. If you want to put that, if you wanted to actually dip them in caramel, then you're going to want to get like the caramel chunks like the Milkmaids or something like that, or make your own caramel if you want to be fancy. But for now, oops, I dropped one. I'm just going to use some of these just to show you how you might want to add that. I have some nut topping. That's another thing you can add on top. So it's just whatever you want. Literally, we'll do that. I'm going to use a bowl, just a cereal bowl, because I don't want to, again, have to melt too much chocolate just to get these covered. And then the other thing is sometimes people put like, what's it called? Crisco or something like that to get this thin enough. Hopefully it'll just be thin enough on its own. I've never really had a problem with this stuff. It's the Wilton Candy Melts are the ones that I really have to add like some Crisco or add like, I don't know. I'm going to use probably half a thing here. I think that'll be good. And then I'm just going to follow the instructions, which basically I'll zap it for like a minute in the microwave, then give it a mix, even though it doesn't look like anything's happening, and then do another 30 seconds of mix, 30 seconds of mix, or if you want to do a minute at a time, you just don't want to scorch it. So I'm going to put this in the microwave, and literally that's all it is. So I don't normally film this. I think I filmed it one time, but just put it in the microwave, go for a minute, mix it up. Let it go for another 30 seconds, mix it up, 30 seconds, mix it up until it's the consistency you want, which is basically melted. I'll be right back. Quick pause to show you. So it's been about a minute, and you can see it did soften up already. So now after this, I give it a mix 30 seconds at a time because as you can see, it's pretty soft. And then I'll be right back. This took about a minute, 15 seconds total, and look how nice it is. Now if it starts hardening, because I have this window open, there's a breeze coming in, you can zap it again. If you have leftover, put it into a pouch. I'll show you at the end. I just grab it. It's pretty hot. I guess I'll keep it there. And let me get a little bit closer. Something like that. I love to readjust in the middle of things. Sorry guys, but I do want to. Okay, so I'm gonna use 2 forks to help me out. You don't have to use 2 forks, but... So, again, this is the bottom of the pretzel if you care. The top is a little more rounded. So I kind of just keep an eye on that and kind of remember that. But like I said, I'm going to try to get all the excess chocolate off. So I'm going to kind of do this kind of thing. Just because I'm going to sit it on the parchment instead of letting it drip through the... instead of letting it drip through this. Because like I said, normally I just put them on here. You can spray it, I guess, if you want. But once it starts setting up, it'll stick. Like all this, even what you see here is going to stick to the paper. But that's not bad. I think I did a pretty good job. Now, that's one thing we can do. You can just leave it just chocolate. We can take some of our sprinkles right now because it's wet. You want to do this when they are wet. Okay. Do you want to do a pretzel one? I'll take another one like this. And I probably should have these ready just because the chocolate's still sitting and waiting. And I'm just going to take a couple of these. Even if this was Werther's, I would probably do one. These are kind of small. And these are for my family, so I don't care. But if you're giving them away, wear gloves. Alright, so I'm just softening this up. These are super soft. And you're going to make like a snake. This is easier to do with the stick ones because I just make like a snake and then I put them on there. But for this one, I'm just going to like... I haven't really done these kind before on this type of pretzel because like I said, normally it's the other ones I wrap it around. I think I have another video. If I have the video, I will add it on here. Just add that on. Like literally, just put that on there. And then we'll just put it into our chocolate again. And this time I'm going to be a little more gentle because I have that. So I'm going to bring the chocolate up to the top. And bring it up here. Again, I'm doing a lot of this dripping because I don't want it to just stay on the... pull it up. You can also scrape the bottom of it as you go along like this. Look at that. Looks so cute. Okay, so that one's just pretzel. Let me wash my hands real quick. Maybe with your little, not just pretzel, it's just caramel, should I say, but maybe with that you want a little caramel, a little nuts. Whatever, there you go. This next one I'm just gonna do, dip it. Yeah, I'm just trying to clean it off. Again, you can wipe the bottom off it. And this time I'll do some just nuts on that one. Okay, if you're gonna do chocolate on chocolate, let's say you want it to look pretty, you dipped it, and then you want to drizzle chocolate over it just so it has like chocolate ribbons over the top. What I would do is do this, shake all that excess off, and then let that dry. Let it dry completely, and then we're going to come back in later with some extra chocolate and just drizzle it over the top. So now it looks like it's in row. It has the chocolate, but then it also has the little ribbons on top that look pretty, okay? Alright, we're going to leave that one alone. I'm going to do another one just so I can show you with the white almond bark. So here's another one. I'm going to leave it alone for now because I'm going to let it set up. I'm just taking the rest of that extra chocolate off. I'm going to leave these two alone so we can come back later to decorate. So you want that to set up, but I'm going to continue just dipping them, maybe adding pretzel, not pretzel, why do you keep saying that? Caramel or just whatever toppings you want, and I'll be back. So I did sprinkle some of them with a little Halloween kind of stuff here. They're taking a long time to set up. I guess it's a little warmer in here than I thought. So like that very first one looks a little firmer. I want to just move on to this one again. I'm just going to do a little more chocolate. And all I do is literally just take this and you just splatter over the top. So now it looks like, I guess like pretzel flips, huh? They have that little extra on the top. And that's it. Like, that's that. So what I'm going to do with this, what I was trying to tell you guys, is if you get a plastic bag, you can just scoop it up in there. I'll be right back and I'll show you. Rinses off really easy if you wash it like while it's still warm, okay? Once it sets up like this, it's a little harder to wash away. So one thing you can do is put a cup like this and get yourself just a baggie, a Ziploc or whatever baggie, and kind of put it on here and pour this in there, which is nice, and that's probably the better way to do it. The other way I do it, sometimes I'll just put my whole hand in here and just grab this. I know that's weird, but the other way was probably better, to be honest. Put in your cup and then do this, but in case you don't have a cup. I don't know who doesn't have a cup, but who knows. All right, guys. And then you can seal this up, and I would put it in the fridge probably, and you can use it again, or you can just leave it out. If it's clean, right? If it's getting really dirty and mucky, you probably don't want to do that, but you can reuse this. It'll just harden, and then you just pop it out because it won't stick to the bag since it'll be hardened. Okay, let me grab some. I'm not ready for the white one yet, so I'm gonna have to wait till this really sets up and we can come in with some white accent. Okay, it looks like these have set up. As you can see, they're a little not as shiny. Again, you wanna add some Crisco, it'll just make them really thin. I wouldn't do it, but here they are. So for this one, I'm just gonna use a little bit of the white almond bark. So I'm gonna probably use 1 square, and to be honest, maybe half a square would be better because I don't need very much, especially because I'm done making the pretzels. But if you're gonna use a lot, obviously you can use more of that, but even 1 square, I'm telling you, is too much. So I'm gonna put this in the microwave. Probably it's only gonna take like 30 seconds, and I'll be right back. Okay, well that was just a lie. It took like a minute and a half for some reason. It took even longer. So again, you can just take this. You can put this in a Ziploc baggie and just cut the very corner if you want to actually drizzle it more in a controlled way. But I always just grab it and do this kind of thing. And you can see it's getting on the other one, which is fine because I don't care about that right now. Again, this one's kind of thick. This might be the kind of thing I would put a little Crisco in this one. There we go. And then, so now you have that white streaking going across. And then if you still want to put some sprinkles or whatever you want, you can definitely do that. I'm just going to put some more of this. Some nuts on there. I think that'll be really good. And now that I have a little bit of extra this white one, what I'm going to do is dip a pretzel in the white chocolate and then top it with some nut topping. How yummy would that be? I used to love Alpine White Nestle chocolate bars. You guys remember those? Well, not really chocolate, but they're white chocolate, and they had like little tiny almond in that. Oh, so good. So I'm gonna do that. And then, I mean, basically these are done. Since I use parchment paper or wax paper, you can get this off of here. And you'll see like that chunk is still stuck on there, which doesn't bother me. If you want to pick it out, you can. The other thing, if you are using just the rack and you don't want to use parchment paper or something like that, you're letting it drip, definitely put a pan under this, right? You would have this in a pan or a towel or something else, because otherwise it's going to drip onto your counter. You have to clean that up. Is before it completely sets up, just come in with your fork underneath and pick it up, and it won't stick anymore. And some of that extra will just be, you know, left forever. And then put it on maybe another drying rack or cooling rack, should I say, or another wax paper, however you want to do it. But these are pretty much done. And then, you know, if they're for your home, well, then just eat them up. If they are for gifts, I would definitely put these in little cellophane bags, and they look so pretty. Everyone, I'm telling you, I used to put these like taking to potlucks and stuff like that, or, you know, whatever little parties we were celebrating when I used to work in an office long ago, or several offices actually, and people would go crazy for them. Yeah, and I mean, this one has stuff all over. I'll just bite it real quick. Super good. Salty, chocolate, little nuts. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll have pictures for you guys that are nicer than this. I'll take them off of here once they're all set up. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.